Aloha, beautiful souls. This is Ryan of tranSOULution, and welcome to my channel, Transform with Ryan, where I am bringing you that light whenever there are shadows. Now, in this Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are going to receive your joyful June forecast. So, we are going to be looking a little bit more closely at the month of June 2022 and seeing what energies are going to be coming through for you overall in June, but also we'll break it down to beginning, middle, and end of June as well. So I just got this brand new deck, the Seed and Sickle Oracle deck, and I'm looking forward to learning more about the different seeds and plants here in this deck to provide even more guidance and wisdom for all of you here at Transform with Ryan. But for today, I thought we'd do a light introduction and just give you some options to see what joyful June forecast is for you. So here, the first choice, we have this very, very lovely colored cherry card. And in the middle, we have this very lush hops card. And here to the right, we have this multicolored foxglove. So just feel into the different energies of the cards here to tap into which reading is most aligned with you and your energies for this June forecast. You can see the timestamps as usual in the description box down below, and I will see you at your reading, loves. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And today's video, we are doing your monthly forecast for the month of June here. And I'm so glad to be debuting a little soft debut of this new deck that I got, this Seed and Sickle deck. And for those of you that were drawn to this cherry card here, this is your reading. Let's take a look at the overall energies and flow of energies here for the month of June. We're going to use this tea leaf fortune deck to kind of get the overarching sort of mainstream energies for the month of June, okay? So we already got a couple cards out here. So let's get a few more. I'm feeling the number 5, so we'll get 5 cards out for you, my loves. I'm so happy that we are in the month of June where there's more sunshine in my area of the world, and I can't believe we're like pretty much halfway through 2022 already. Like, where has the time gone, right? Unbelievable. So the first card that popped out was Moon. Ooh, changes in your life. Interesting, interesting. I wonder what those are. And then the second one that popped out was Dagger. Fear, worries, tense situations. Then we have Desk. Pay attention to your work. We have Bell. Ooh, announcement. Oh my gosh, I love that. And Grapes, time to go out and have fun. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So what I'm really seeing here for many of you as far as the overall energies is something big is happening with work. A big change is happening with work. There's going to be some kind of announcement here, and it sounds like it's going to be something that will involve celebrating, okay? Because we have time to go out and have fun. Now, for many people too, especially if you have a family, June is when summer vacation begins for a lot of those that are school age. And so it could definitely be referencing that as well, that it's time to go on your family vacation, your summer break vacation, which is always a good time, right? And what I'm seeing here is, so there's something very interesting with this fear, worry, tense situations, announcements, and pay attention to your work. There's like this connection weaving between them, okay? And for some of you, what I'm sensing is that there might be some major shifts in the structure of your company, the business that you're employed with. It could even have something to do with, if you're an entrepreneur, your own business, okay? A lot of fear, worry, tense situations happening here. And so it seems like work is occupying a lot of your time and energy this month. And that's separate from this celebration, okay? But something is going to be announced here that's going to have a big impact and a big change in your life moving forward. Again, most likely in the area of work for you and employment, your career, profession, your business. And so it's important that you kind of have your eyes and ears open for this announcement. I don't get the sense it's going to be something very big for all of you, like a big, like, whoa, super huge announcement. I think it's going to be very subtle at first. I'm feeling like, with the moon energies, there's a lot of transition, progression, flow. We'll see what comes out with the tarot, but I'm not feeling, tower card energy, where it's just sudden, unpredictable, unexpected information. What I'm feeling is like maybe there's a competition at work for a position, or maybe it's like a restructuring of the company, and maybe some people are going to be let go as the company downsizes, or it could be that people are getting hired, right? And some people, as a result of the hiring process, are going to move on up, get that promotion, get that raise, or maybe someone's going to need to transfer to another branch, another location, move departments, and that can create a lot of tense energy, right? Like who's going to have to leave, who's going to have to move up, who's getting promoted, who's not. And maybe it'll even cause a lot of worry and fear, especially if your company is downsizing. So these announcements are coming out, and it's important that you pay attention to work, look for any clues, and any hints. And there might be a way that if the hint or the clue is like not looking good in your favor, there might be a chance for you to flip that ending, like change the storyline here so that things do work out in your favor. Okay, loves? So we're going to look at the general energy for the beginning, middle, and end of the month. And then we're going to pull tarot cards to kind of clarify those energies. All right? So let's see what we got coming through here for the beginning of the month. And we're just going to layer it. We're going to layer the depth like we would in a story, okay? So we're looking at your personal story for the month of June. Ooh, door to value here in the first part of June. How am I going to make all this cards fit here? Maybe we're just going to have to get creative with this bit here. Something like that. I guess we can work with that and see how that flows to start us off. So door to value, followed by fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael, in the middle of June. And then in the end of June, oh wow, we have another chakra, first chakra, Michael. Okay. So what I'm seeing here for kind of the progression of the June storyline for you that were drawn to the cherry card here is there's going to be an opportunity, okay? Again, it seems very strong for many of you that were drawn to this card that it would relate to work, employment, career, profession. So there's this opportunity portal here. And I'm really feeling this kind of like competitive energy and this uncertainty with it. It's like you don't know which side of the line you're going to fall on, right? Are you going to be on the favored side, or are you going to be on the side where it's like you're in trouble, your job is on the line kind of thing? Like which side of the coin are you going to end up on? And so this should be viewed as an opportunity here, okay? An opportunity to make a shift in your career. Now, it could be, I'm sensing multiple storylines here, so I'm just gonna give you some of the possibilities and just take whatever resonates with you and leave the rest, okay? So there's some of you that have been thinking about leaving your job or taking a new direction in your career or your profession. And you're gonna have this opening to do so, to make an exit from your job, from your profession, and move on to something else that feels more aligned, something that you feel more passionate about. And it's an opportunity for value, okay? So I feel some type of promotion or some type of pay raise opportunity is there for you. And the question then is, are you going to stay at your job, which feels safe, which feels comfortable, which feels predictable and secure, or are you going to take a chance and go with this new opportunity in a new setting, new business, new office, new position that has the potential for a higher income? All right. So that's one thing. Like you have the option to leave your job. Okay. Now, the other thing that I'm sensing for some of you, again, is more on that lines of promotion. So there's this opportunity, this door to value, this opening in your position or in your place of employment or your job. And it's like, okay, are you going to step up now? You are likely a very good candidate to take this higher position, this higher role within the company. But there's something about your insecurities and your fears and your doubts regarding your confidence and your self-esteem and self-worth and self-value, where maybe you're kind of talking yourself out of this, and people around you or something deep inside of you is like, hey, you should do it. I think you have a high chance of getting this job, this promotion. But again, your mind is like getting a bit caught up in negative self-talk. So I kind of see those scenarios happening here for you. Now, alternatively, for I think a smaller percentage of you, what I'm seeing here is like a loss of your job or your position, but it's going to open your schedule up and your availability up to step into a new role or maybe start your own business or something, okay? I know it sounds and it maybe feels a bit uncomfortable and a little bit terrifying and like a bad omen, but you know, sometimes when something is taken away from us, it's really because something new wants to take its place, something better, okay? So there are people that I know look back on a time in life where they got fired or they lost their job, and in the moment they think it's like the worst thing that's ever happened to them. But literally days, a couple weeks later, maybe even a couple months later, they land their dream job. They actually tap into the vibration and frequency of doing something they love doing, they're passionate about, but they wouldn't have gone for it if their previous job wasn't lost, if they didn't have that taken away from them. So I feel that kind of energy for some of you, where it's gonna feel like bad news or something not good in the beginning, but truly it's a door to value. It's really an opportunity portal and a window for you to get something better, okay? Now, as this energy happens, there's definitely going to be a lot of shifts, a lot of adapting that needs to happen. And so focusing here on the fourth chakra, which is your heart chakra. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is being patient with yourself in the middle of the month. All this change, all this uncertainty, all this worry that comes about from any one of the scenarios I described earlier, the middle of the month is going to be that time for you to relax. Take a breath. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And be patient with yourself. Be nourishing to yourself. Be compassionate for yourself. This is a great opportunity to end a lot of those negative self-talk cycles and the negative self-talk belief systems, okay? And this is also a great opportunity, what I'm feeling with this heart energy, is to open yourself up to being vulnerable and receiving the support of other people and the reassurance of other people when you're going through a difficult time, okay? Because here with this energy, maybe you're trying to manage it on your own and just kind of flow with it, maybe even ignore it. Some of you, maybe you're like, oh my God, I don't want to focus on that. Like, this makes me so nervous and so stressed. Oh my gosh, the candle went out. I'll have to light that here in a little bit. And this is the time to sort of like change that energy, shift that mindset, okay, to one of more patience, confidence, building up yourself again is what I'm hearing with the heart chakra. And again, if you can't build yourself up and pump yourself up and get yourself psyched and motivated, then rely on your close friends, your close family members, your inner circle to give you that shoulder to lean on when things are feeling a bit difficult. All right. And then here at the end of the month with this first chakra, after going on this journey here of really loving yourself, valuing yourself, that's going to be a great way to establish new roots. And I sense more security happening here towards the end of the month. So that's good. It's definitely less than a month of this uncertainty, this fear, this doubt, tense energy, right? At the beginning, as new doors are opening, some doors are closing. And here towards the end of the month, this is really coming back to your center of balance, is what I'm feeling with the first chakra card here. It's like, you now know who you are, you know what you're worth, you know what you're capable of, and you know that you're going to survive. That's the big thing here with the first chakra, is this survival energy. You have what it takes to do what needs to be done to achieve your dreams, manifest your goals and wishes. You have it within you. And you're going to feel this burst of energy is what I'm sensing here for the end of July. This very powerful energy. Now, when I see this red chakra, of course, the first chakra is red, but I'm also feeling that energy of Mars. Okay, Mars is the planet of action, the planet of doing, the planet of courage and bravery. And that energy, what I'm feeling too, is like a healthy channel of anger, where it's like you had a situation where maybe you were taken advantage of or you weren't appreciated, right? Like for some people who may be in a position of having to change jobs or something. And it's not of your choosing or your liking. It's like, hey, you're reestablishing your identity and your self-worth. Is like being angry and healthy. We're like, man, I'm not going to put up with this. This is not okay with me. I deserve better than this. All right. And then you're able to make that choice and gain momentum, because Mars is that energy of doing. Okay. So it's not more thinking and feeling and talking about it. You're actually doing it. You're asserting yourself. You're saying, yo, I'm done talking. I'm done playing games. This is what I deserve. This is what I can contribute. This is what I'm about, and stepping into it. And so more confidence building here towards the end of the month. Okay, so that's a beautiful progression. Starting the month off, fear, confusion, worry, doubt. Ending the month off, confident, self-assured, powerful, secure, courageous, right? Those kinds of energies. Oh my gosh, I love it. So let's pull some tarot cards out here to get some more information with the energies of the beginning, middle, and end of the month. Wow, what an interesting energy. My gosh. The beginning part of the month sounds like quite the experience, but it looks like you're definitely coming out on top by the end of the month here, and I think that's beautiful. That's how we want the story to flow, yes? Okay, so beginning of month clarifiers, we have King of Wands, Knight of Coins, and Three of Wands. Okay, yes. So definitely what I'm seeing here is this frustration. It's kind of like playing the waiting game and a lot of uncertainty happening here. Like we're not sure where we're going. We're not sure where this is headed. It feels very much up in the air right now, okay? And things are moving so slow here with the Knight of Coins. And emotions and passions and energies are running high here. And so I'm feeling what's important for all of you to keep in mind here at the beginning of the month is to take things day by day. You can even break it down by taking things hour by hour, because you cannot rush this process here, okay? This situation that's happening at the beginning of the month, it's gonna go at its own pace. And no, whatever type of complaining, frustration, anger, grief, annoyance, whatever desires and will that you have, that you want this to move faster or you want to get the answer now, it's not gonna go that way in the beginning of the month. There's a lot of forces at play is what I'm feeling here, because we have two court cards. So it's not just one person calling the shots, making the decisions. There's a lot of things going on here. And, you know, sometimes when more people are involved, things are going to move a little bit slower because everyone needs to be kind of moving and traveling together. We all need to be on the same page constantly and checking in with each other and adjusting the flow and movement as needed in real time, okay? And so that's really what's happening here. A lot of shifts, a lot of changes, but it's going at a slower pace than you would be comfortable or be happy with. Now, in the middle of the month, we have the Magician. Ooh, what a beautiful card to be coming through here. The Four of Cups and the King of Coins. Wow, so another court card. So here, you are being reminded of your ability to create your reality. So everything that was manifesting leading up to the middle of June, you played a creative role in it. Okay, on some subconscious or conscious level, you were creating the situation that was there. Now, some people might feel a little bit uncomfortable about that notion, but just know if things were really difficult here at the beginning of the month and you had a hand in creating that kind of energy, you can switch it around. Okay? You can, again, create a new reality, create a different space and a different path for you. You can calm yourself down. You can go out and seek that support and that love and that shoulder to lean on, shoulder to cry on, right? You can manifest comfort and ease, right? Okay, so we can really work with our emotions, move our emotions, clear our emotions out. That's what this Magician is speaking to, all right? You don't have to stay stuck in any one state of mind, any one energetic state or emotional state for long. You can choose when it's time to leave that emotional state behind. And with the Four of Cups, there's this energy again of being emotionally grounded and being heart-centered here, tapping into the calm energies rather than the chaotic energies that are present here in the beginning of the month. It's finding your center again, finding your balance, finding your peaceful, tranquil, happy place. Just like with this turtle. So we have this turtle here that, moves so slow but so steady at the same time. All right. And what I'm feeling that's so beautiful with this King of Coins energy here at the middle of the month is with all this going on here, you really are getting a better sense of the notion of worth and value. What do you feel you're worthy of? What do you value in your life? And how are you going to demonstrate that? How are you going to honor this? Okay, if you say you're worth more, how are you going to show it? How are you going to act upon it? How are you going to let everybody know, like, this is what I'm worth? This is how I value myself. What are the ways in which you demonstrate that, the action in that, okay? So King's energy is all about action. Things getting done, things moving. Okay, so how are you going to demonstrate your self-worth and value? What actions are you going to take? And here, again, energies are taking action, creating a little bit of chaos, creating a lot of high emotions, tense emotions as a result of certain actions being taken. Okay, so that's kind of the theme here with the King energy that's coming through. But you have this beautiful reprieve here so that you can process this. You can reflect on these ideas and these energies here, and you can reflect and go inward on that journey to get insight on yourself and how your actions do or do not match up with your inner sense of self. All right. Ooh, so I'm really feeling a lot of like transformational energy happening here. And, this is the middle of the month is going to be around the time when we have a full moon. So that's a great time for manifesting and setting the stage and the tone for what you're going to create moving forward and learning what parts need to be released and let go of, okay, that have no purpose anymore. Next, at the end of the month, we have Five of Swords, so definitely some kind of loss. So transitioning, moving away from something. Eight of Swords. And Ten of Swords. Okay, yes. So interesting that we have the Ten of Swords here, which signifies the ending of a chapter, ending of a struggle, or ending of like a mindset even, okay? So the Ten of Swords speaks to an ending that you can't come back from. It's pretty permanent. We're moving forward. There's nothing left to save or salvage here. All right, it's time to start anew, and that's what this energy here is with this first chakra. Okay, and a lot of times, some people maybe they dread the answer, the outcome, the ending. They're afraid to see how it all turns out. But actually, there's also a relief when you just finally know, when things are just done. Okay? So here in the beginning, it's like you don't know what's going on. And then now what I'm feeling here is everything that transpired in the month is not all going to be to your liking. There are some things where you're going to be like, well, yeah, this sucked, or I didn't care for that. I didn't like what happened there. But ultimately, again, this is reestablishing a new beginning for you regarding security, self-worth, stability in your life, okay? There's this new energy, I wish I could give you more details regarding this, but it's not quite clear to me at this point in time. Perhaps as you look at the cards and you feel into the reading, you'll have a better sense about what this exactly means for you. But what I'm seeing here is breaking free, leaving something behind that wasn't serving you. And you might feel sad about it to some extent, but really it was hurting you all along. Again, it could be a mindset, it could be a job. Maybe for some of you, it could be a relationship, but I don't sense that as strongly as more the career part. Maybe it was an idea that you had for your business and it didn't quite pan out the way you wanted it to. And so you started to doubt yourself and started to question your ability and capabilities. And at the end of the month, it's like, okay, you got to let that go. You got to break free of that thought pattern, that belief pattern, and have faith again in yourself. Have that good sense of self worth. Okay. I don't know how, I feel like I've been saying that a lot in your reading, the self-worth idea here. But what I'm feeling here is energies of like aloneness, feeling isolated, feeling discarded, feeling unworthy, feeling like an outcast. Like that energy is like shifting and moving away, okay? It's coming to an end here. And what I'm feeling, even though we're not quite tapping into the energies of July for this reading, I'm feeling that there's an opportunity for you who are drawn to the Cherry card to make new connections and no longer be alone. And this one here, there's this feeling of being at the mercy of someone else, whether it's your boss, whether it's the economy, whether it's the government, like that there's someone else calling the shots and pulling the strings, and that you are, suffering a fate because of their actions and thoughts, and that you are at their mercy. And really all of this stuff is leaving, okay? You're finding that you can find security and stability within yourself, and you don't have to rely on someone else to provide that for you. And the problem, kind of tying this again back to this isolation, is it's like you were hurt, you were betrayed, you felt like things didn't work out the way you wanted to, and so you kind of lock yourself away. Because you feel like you can't trust other people anymore. And sometimes that not trusting other people is actually on a subconscious level, like you not trusting yourself. Okay, you're not trusting yourself to make the right decisions. You're not trusting yourself to establish good relationships and connections. You're not trusting yourself in your abilities. And so you place your trust in other people and they let you down. And it's because you have a lack of trust within you. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, my loves. I would, if I were giving you better insight, I would have to know your personal situation to kind of help you relate. But I trust that that will give you something good to build off of and to understand about where you're establishing a new dimension of security and stability and faith within yourself, because everything you create in the world starts with you. Okay? Everything will always come back to you and what you're manifesting and what you're creating into your life. So let's pull some angel cards, some divine oracle guidance cards here to give you some closing messages overall for the month of June. It seems like there's a lot going on here in June, and it's going to be quite the ride, and not the most comfortable or easiest of rides this June, but a lot of energy of shifting and changing is happening, especially after that total lunar eclipse that we had in May. And it was in the sign of Scorpio. So that is death, rebirth, new beginnings. So this is a bit of a continuation of that energy and sort of the outcome and fallout of those energies. Purification. Purify your body and energy from toxic environments, habits, relationships, or situations. There you go. You got to leave some things behind. You got to break connections, break ties that are toxic. Detoxify your body. The simplest way is to take a bath with sea salt. It can help you detoxify physically. That might be something good to keep in mind here, especially as you move into the middle of the month, right? Taking time out for yourself, tending to your emotions, finding your peace, finding your calm. And we have learning. It is time to learn something new from books, school, or from other people. The power of knowledge makes you smarter and wiser. Keep your curiosity alive. So yes, a big shakeup is happening here for you in June because it's time for you to learn and grow. One thing that one of my mentors before said, if you're not growing, you're dying. Okay, and learning is a way to grow. So if this opportunity is opening up for something new to come in, and I sense this energy of an exchange happening, right? Like you have to let go of this to receive that. Let go of a job to receive the new job. Okay, let go of this position to step into the new position. Let go of this idea to make way for a new idea that has more potential, more success to it. All right, my loves. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comments down below what resonated with you. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel as well if you feel called to do so. And of course, if you do need that personal guidance, if you do find yourself in a position where it's like, hey, I want to do more self-development on a deeper level here, I want to grow on my spiritual path and journey, I invite you to connect with me, okay? And book a discovery call with me. The link to do so is in the description box down below. So book a time slot with me. Let's chat, let's meet up and see how I can help you achieve your goals. All right, my loves. So sending you all so much love, excuse me, and cosmic hugs. I'll catch you all again soon. Happy June, loves. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan, and we are looking at your joyful June forecast for those of you that were drawn to the Hops card. So I'm so excited to be able to do a soft debut of this new deck that I purchased, the Seed and Sickle deck, and I'm looking forward to learning more about the cards and other messages that they have for you to add to your readings. So I'm going to put this to the side here, and what we're going to look at is sort of the overarching energies, the main themes of the month of June for you with the help of the tea leaf fortune cards here, okay? And then we're gonna break it down, to the beginning, middle, and end of June and see what's coming through in those areas. So let's do one more shuffle here and we'll pull out your tea leaf cards. So we have the teapot Deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Nice, nice, nice. And we have hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Unicorn, lovely. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. And teardrops, great personal sorrow. Okay, so wow, I named this reading Joyful June reading, but it seems like there's going to be some challenges here in the month of June. So it might be a bit delay in the joyous energy, and it's more of a releasing, clearing energy to make way for the joy and the good times moving forward. Because in another reading, there was quite some difficult energies to work with. So let's see what we got here. We have great personal sorrow and in need of help, assistance, and guidance, feeling tied down or frustrated. So there's definitely something here in June that is going to be a bit of a weight and a bit of a burden on you. It's going to be some heavy energy to work with because of this tie down, and it's going to lead to a lot of frustration. I'm getting the sense that many of you are probably going to experience feeling like a bit fed up with something, okay? And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm at my wit's end. I don't even know what to do now. I don't even know how best to move forward anymore because I feel like I've tried everything and I'm not making progress. And that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. But thank goodness you have here a friendship with someone that's deep, that you can call on for support and maybe their opinion and guidance as well. And you also have your intuition here. So when things are going poorly in life, according to our perspective, it's because there's something that needs to change. Okay, it's like a sign. It's a sign saying, hey, this isn't working anymore. This isn't in your best interest anymore. It's time to make some beneficial changes. Okay, and your intuition can guide you in that realm. Now, what I was picking up for one of the other readings, and it seems very appropriate to bring up here in your reading as well, is a lot of this is sort of the fallout, if you will, or the consequences of the Scorpio total lunar eclipse that happened in the middle of May. And so, when you go through this death and rebirth transformative process here, there's a lot of kinks that need to be worked out. Okay, a lot of things come up to the surface as you start to release, as you start to let go of the things that don't serve you. Okay, so it's kind of like, I know this is like a really weird analogy, so bear with me, and it might not be the most pretty analogy, but it's kind of what I'm seeing from spirit. It's kind of like a clogged drain. Okay, it's like a clogged drain in a bathtub where like a lot of hair got built up, and you pull a little bit of hair and you're like, oh my gosh, there's more, there's more, there's more. So it's like you start this process of cleansing and cleaning something out, but you didn't realize how much was in there to begin with. And so it's not like a one and done, thank you ma'am, I'm out of here, I finished my task. This is an energy that you're going to be working with into and through the month of June. And it all started in that middle of May time period, okay? Because that, again, was a total lunar eclipse. So it's big energy that you're going to be working with for the next few months here, okay? But what's so great about your situation is you have help. You have resources. You have people that are going to be there for you. And of course, with your intuition, you are quite capable and skilled of navigating through any difficult challenge and any situation that might be tough to other people. Like, you got this. You can go within and trust your gut instincts on what you should do next for your highest and greatest good. So let's break it down now by beginning, middle, and end of June. So we'll look at the overall energies, and then we're going to get the tarot to help us get clarification on the energies of the beginning, middle, and end of June. Okay, so for the beginning of June, we have walking away. Okay, so there's that releasing again. And this is by choice, though. Okay, I'm not saying it's an easy choice that you're going to be making here for walking away and leaving something behind, but you're going to make that choice that there's something that you're going to choose to leave behind. And I'm hearing from Spirit that it's something you have to leave behind. Again, remember what I was saying before, where it's like you feel like you're at your wit's end. You're not sure what else you can do because you feel like you've tried everything. Well, it could be the simple fact that, yeah, you gave it your best and it didn't work out. It didn't pan out. And it's okay. You don't have to struggle anymore. You don't have to work with that energy anymore. Just walk away. Okay? And, I'm feeling called to say that the thing that keeps us from walking away is ego. That stubbornness of ego of like, I wanted it this way. This is what I wanted to see happen, and it's not happening. And that's where that frustration and that stubbornness, that kind of bullheadedness can come in and create more suffering in our life. Because again, if you want something to happen a certain way, and you want to do this way, it's that attachment that we talk about with law of attraction. This attachment to the outcome that creates suffering. I think it's like a Buddhist thing too. Like the root of all suffering is attachment. And being able to step away and walk away. And which again, is going back to that Scorpio total lunar eclipse energy. It's like something needs to die so you can be transformed and reborn. You have to leave something that just doesn't fit anymore. Next, we have indecision. Okay, so after you've cleared some things out, there's this period of like, hey, what now? What do I do next? Okay, and what's so beautiful about this energy, even though it can create a little bit of nervousness or anxiety when we don't know what's happening next and we don't know what to do next, what the flip side of that is like, hey, there's actually a lot of opportunities here. And so which one do I actually want to do? Because I have a lot of options available to me. Okay, sometimes options is not a bad thing. Without options, it's kind of like we get to be lazy because we have no choice and this is just what we have to do. But options allow us to be proactive. Okay? Options help us choose what we want to do next. It kind of reminds me of those choose your own adventure books that were really popular when I was a kid. And you read this novel and it's like, do you go through door A or you go through door B? Do you decide to go through the woods or do you decide to follow the river, right? It's like you just pick, you have these options on which way you want to move forward. And you're going to have to make these choices without necessarily knowing the outcome, okay? And just kind of flowing with the moments, being in the present and not trying to jump too far ahead. And we have strategy. Okay, beautiful. So we're moving away from this indecision now. And once you've made that choice, now you can start thinking strategy. Now you can start getting down to the nitty gritty and working out the kinks, the practical matters of a situation, okay? So it could be that you're leaving a relationship behind. And now you're like, okay, should I just take time to myself? Or should I go dating again immediately and find a new lover? Okay, which am I going to do? And then here with strategy, then it becomes like, okay, so I am going to start dating again. What is my strategy? What app am I going to use? What dating website am I going to go on? What photos am I going to pick? How am I going to present myself in my profile? Like, what am I going to share to hopefully attract a better partner, okay? Or if it's like, I want to be solo for a while. I want to get to know myself. Okay, what does that look like? Are you going to take a class? Are you going to go on a trip? Are you going to, get a new job? Are you going to go to a retreat? Are you going to get back into a workout routine so you can feel comfortable and confident in your body? So then that's what's kind of happening towards the end of June. Oh my God, I love this progression and this storyline here. it definitely speaks a lot to self-empowerment. And that's definitely one of the themes of the other readings as well, but sort of it took a different tone than yours, like a slight variation, if you will. So let's kind of, wow, great shuffling job there, right? So let's get some clarifiers here on the beginning, middle, and end of your month here in the month of June. Okay, so we have Temperance. Ooh, the Devil. Interesting. So already two major arcana cards coming through. Is this going to squeeze in okay? Nine of Swords. Yeah, that works. We got this. We got this, y'all. So here, what I'm seeing with this this beginning of the month is you are definitely choosing to walk away from something that's very draining to your energy, that was it was like a negative aspect in your life, if you will, okay? Because the Devil energy speaks to a lot of self-sacrifice, okay? Sacrificing your wants, your needs, your desires for someone else, and then kind of being upset because things aren't going your way. But it's because you kind of gave your power over to another person, to like your job, to your work, to your mindset, your ego, your pride. You gave all the power away to it, okay? So you're not able to feel that sense of fulfillment and that satisfaction because you're letting someone else call the shots, okay? You're basing your happiness on someone else coming through to do what you wanted them to do. Okay, does that make sense? I feel like I need to think of an example here for you all, okay? So one example could be, let's go back to that relationship. So you're in a relationship and this person is maybe abusive in some way, verbally abusive, physically abusive. Maybe they're condescending. Maybe they're inconsiderate, right? Maybe they're very bossy. Maybe they're that kind where like, I'm just going to call the shots and you have to go along with whatever I say. And for that time, you were tolerating it. You were tolerating this bossiness, this kind of verbally abusive, physically abusive nature. You were just tolerating it. And you're like, why is it like this? Like, why can't you just be nicer to me? Why can't you keep your hands to yourself? Why can't you let me pick what we're going to do for once? Why do you always have to pick? And it's because this energy was already established previously that this person was taking the lead. And so you have to follow, okay? And this person is not going to give it up. That's the thing. That's what we have here with the Nine of Swords. It's like this person is not giving it up. This is the path. This is the destiny. This is who they are. This is how they act. This is what it is. And there is no way for you to change them. Okay? You can change yourself, you can change what you do, but you cannot change them. And here with this Temperance energy, that's this understanding, right? That everyone has their role to play. Everyone has their own personality, their way of doing things, and they're going to change when they're ready to change, when they want to change. You know, how many of you have ever been in that situation where it's like you're trying to teach a student or a coworker or your child how to do something, or you're trying to warn them like, hey, you got to do this or else this is going to happen. And no matter what you say, no matter how often you remind them, no matter your intentions, they still keep doing the same old thing, right? Making the same mistake, whatever, doing the same old thing that's creating problems, causing drama. Well, it's because they are their own divine sovereign being, and they get to say how they want to live their life. That's the balance of it. That's the truth of it. You get to say on how you want to live your life. They get a say on how they want to live their life. And everyone is going to make the choice that's best for them in that situation. All right, so now it's about looking at the choices you've made so far and seeing if you're happy with the outcome and how things are playing out, or if it's time to make a different choice. And it seems like for many of you, part of that is going to involve walking away from this situation that's causing you anxiety, worry, making you feel bad, making you feel terrible. A person or a business, a company, an organization, whatever, that is like taking advantage of you, that is bullying you. Okay, it's like, okay, you don't have, the big thing is you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to bury that burden. Okay, you don't have to be frustrated anymore. You can all just let it go. Whoa, wow, these readings are kind of deep for June. Jeez Louise. Maybe I shouldn't call it Joyous June, huh? So we got in the middle, we have the Queen of Coins. Beautiful. I feel this is stepping into your power now. King of Coins. Wow. Yes. Yes. And Two of Cups. Oh, this, I think, is speaking toward this deep friendship. Okay? That's what I'm seeing here with this Two of Cups. So in the middle of the month, finding that deep friendship. And if it's something that you already have, it's like rekindling that. Okay? And we have the Queen and the King of Swords. The Queen and the King of Coins coming together here. Okay? So perhaps this speaks to that nurturing energy that you might be needing at this time, this encouragement, okay, that you may be needing. This can speak to that advice, that guidance, maybe a little bit moving into this strategy that you may be needing. So whatever it is you need, it's available to you. You need some comforting, you need some hugs, you need some comfort food. Oh my gosh, eating is definitely one of the ways that I can feel better when things are stressful. I'm not saying it's the healthiest habit, but it definitely helps open up the doorway to working with challenging energies, okay? So you're getting that nourishment, a little bit of that, maybe a little bit of that coddling that you need, you know, that hug, like I said, that pat on the back, and then like, oh, this really sucks. I'm so sorry that's happening to you, right? That kind of empathy, sympathy kind of energy. And then for others of you, you know, you're like, okay, how do I strategize? How do I get out of this situation without any additional damage, any additional heartache or heartbreak? Like, what do I gotta do to make sure I'm taken care of after I leave this situation behind me? So you're gonna have those types of support and information and guidance that you need. And also with the coins energy here, again, with this indecision, is the thing is you're going to be given all this guidance and wisdom and support and hugs, but ultimately you still have to decide. And perhaps it's not going to be very clear for you yet in the middle of the month what your decision is ultimately going to be. It could just be all about like recuperating, strategizing, coming up with a different approach, a different tactic, right? It could just be that sort of phase right now, a lot of planning and thinking things through. And then once all the options are laid out for you, then being able to make a choice in confidence. And with the coins, with the Queen and King, I really see this like flipping a coin here, okay? Flipping a coin because it could be that there are a couple of options that seem really good for you, or that you feel capable of making. And then that might come to sort of a coin toss. Oh my God, what did I just say? Did I say coin toss? I can't with myself right now. Mercury in retrograde, you are really affecting me. It's like a coin toss, okay? Where you're gonna have, you know, the final two contestants for what you're gonna do, and then probably both of them are going to be great choices to make, which is why you might end up choosing to do a coin toss, because both of them are good options. So let's look at the last section of the month, the last period. We have Four of Cups, Ten of Swords. Oh my gosh, interesting. These came out for the other reading too. And Judgment. Wowzers. Okay. So definitely there's a reckoning happening here towards the end of the month. Okay. It's like a call to action now happening here. There's this ending that finally happened, this past you're putting behind you. Okay. Again, I'm getting the sense it all sort of started rolling. The ball got rolling here in May 15, 16 timeframe, which is the Scorpio total lunar eclipse. And this is the finale. It's like, again, no going back now. Okay. It's time to move forward and onward. All right. And here it's, this Judgment is the second to the last card in the major arcana. So this is a period too where you can reflect on all the choices and decisions that led you up to this point, and that will give you some insight on how to move forward now and do better moving forward for yourself, like making different choices so that you come out happy, you come out on top, you come out feeling good. And with this Four of Cups energy, not a lot of movement in this part of the month. I'm sensing, as I'm doing the readings for June already, I'm sensing July is kind of the month where a lot of things are going to be taking positive steps forward. For a lot of people, going into June is releasing, letting go, planning. What are you going to do next? Okay, it's kind of that phase of the cycle here. And so that's what the Four of Cups and the Judgment is speaking to. Not a lot of movement. The Four energy does not move much. Okay, it's about staying in place, grounding yourself, stabilizing yourself, re-energizing, okay, recuperating, rejuvenating, healing, because then action is going to be needed later on. And there might be a little bit of pain still at the end of the month when you're trying to continue releasing this stuff permanently, right? Maybe some memories will surface of the good times, and maybe even some old thoughts like, gosh, if this had just happened, I wouldn't have to do this right now, but I had to make this tough choice. And maybe you're going to be a little bit annoyed by that and frustrated by that, right? We talked about frustrated here with this yoke card. And maybe some sadness is still going to come through. So make sure you cry it out. Make sure you release these emotions that were stuck and trapped, okay? Four of Cups can be trapped emotions. And I don't know why Spirit is being called to bring this up, but I think it's going to be important for you all to understand this, is lower back and inner thighs. That's where a lot of trapped emotions that are heavy reside. So you might want to do some stretches on your lower back and your thighs, opening that energy up and strengthening it as well. So stretching, loosening up the tension there, and then strengthening it, because it seems, what I'm sensing for a lot of you is like July is going to be something else. Okay, July is going to be some amazing fortunes coming through. So when I do the July reading, we'll see if that is an accurate assessment. But it looks like June is like a releasing, reflecting, cutting ties kind of month for people, okay? Walking away, figuring out what you want to do. A little bit of a limbo energy is what I'm feeling, right? But everyone is having this support system. Everyone's going to have what they need as they recover from the energies that they're moving away from. So let us grab some divine oracle guidance cards here to bring some light and love to this reading, and hopefully some practical tips here for you as well. Okay. So Magical Helper came out. I'll pull that up and read it for you here in just a moment. And we have Forward. Okay, so Magical helper. The universe has heard your prayer. You will have a magical helper soon. If not, ask the divine to find a helper for you. Pay attention to the inner and outer messages. There you go. Deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Okay? So if you already don't have this person, ask the universe to provide them to you. Ask the universe to send you aid, send you someone that can help you navigate the changes and shifts that are happening here in June, okay? Now, forward, how appropriate is this card? It is time to move forward. Focus on what is in front of you right now and take action. Your other issues can be dealt with later. Just keep your mind on your goals and achievements. There you go, moving forward from whatever this nonsense was here that you were letting go in the beginning of June. So keeping your eyes on your goals and achievements, on what you want to move forward with, and then the steps are going to come in after that. Yeah, that seems very true and clear. So it's like you're going to be undecided on what to do next, and Spirit is saying, hey, think of the big picture. Where do you want to head? What do you want the ultimate final outcome to be here? And then once you have a clear sense on that, then the strategy part can happen. Okay, it's we refer to it as reverse engineering. So what is your big goal? Oh, I want to be in a loving relationship in which I feel respected and seen and valued. Okay, great. That is your end goal. So what are the steps? What is the strategy that's going to help you achieve this end goal? All right. So you're not starting here where it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to open up a dating profile, I guess, and then let me just play it by ear and see what happens. It's like, no, what kind of partner are you trying to attract? What kind of relationship are you trying to attract? Get clear on that. Then create your profile. All right. Does that make sense? So my loves, if this reading resonated with you, let me know what it was in the comments down below. And of course, like and subscribe to this channel if you're feeling the vibes here. And for those of you, it seems like there is an opportunity here to really, align with your higher self and your purpose, and even, have major strides here on self-improvement and self-development. So I am opening up my schedule for taking clients and assisting in whatever way I can along their journey. So please, if that speaks to you, if you feel aligned, if that makes sense, check in the description box down below. I have a link to my Calendly schedule there, and book a discovery call with me and let me see how I can work to help you achieve your goals and your dreams moving forward. All right, my loves? So I'm wishing you all the best in this month of June. You can do this. I believe in you. And in the meantime, sending you so much love and cosmic hugs. I will see you on the next reading. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam. Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. And today we are looking at your joyful June forecast. We'll see what comes up here, although the energies of the other readings have been quite interesting. So I'm excited to see and curious to see what is going to come up with your joyful June forecast for those of you that were drawn to the Foxglove. Isn't it such a pretty card? I'm so excited that I was able to get this deck, this Seed and Sickle deck. And I look forward to learning more about it so I can use this more fully in future readings. But let's go to our tea leaf fortune cards to help us get some overall themes, some overall scenarios, and kind of, what is it? What is the word? Oh my gosh. This Mercury in retrograde, y'all, is really getting me all tongue-tied and like brain farting left and right. Sort of like the main message, the main theme, the main idea, and main energies of the month of June for you. Okay? So, my goodness. I tell you that Mercury retrograde is like something else this month. Okay, so we got 2 cards out here. We're going to get 3 more, so get 5 total. Alrighty, so we have fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Ooh, okay. Feels like that one could go either way, huh? And we have chain of events that will affect your life. I feel like we should put these here. We have apple, Temptation will test you. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling some drama here, y'all. Forest, muddled, unclear thinking. And vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Okay, so I'm definitely feeling a lot of relationship energy coming through for those of you that were drawn to this foxglove, okay? What I'm sensing here is that there has been a relationship that has been quite strained recently for you. Which makes sense because what I've been feeling in a lot of the energies for the readings of June is sort of like the fallout, the consequences of the Scorpio total lunar eclipse, which happened May 15th through May 16th, kind of depending on whatever time zone you were in, okay? This is the fallout. And so there's been a very difficult relationship that you've been working through. And, you know, it's probably caused some depression and anxiety, definitely some strong emotions. I'm feeling a lot of anger, maybe even some resentment. And, you know, all of these turbulent emotions are making it really hard for you to think clearly. It's creating more confusion, right? And these energies can even be bringing a little bit more chaos into your life, like chaotic energy all over the place, like making you feel very ungrounded, okay? And because of all of this energy, there's this temptation, all right? This temptation to take a path that if you were calmer, if you were a little more clear-headed, you wouldn't make that choice, okay? And with this temptation, I'm feeling it's almost like giving in to your shadow side, the darker side of you, okay? Where it's like, you know, you're in an argument with a family member or a friend, and you're almost tempted to like hit them where it hurts, right? Like deliver a low blow. You're kind of tempted to lash out, or get back at them for whatever pain and grief they've caused you. And there's this temptation there where it's like an eye for an eye kind of vibe, okay? There's this temptation to give into that energy because again, strong emotions are going here, combined with the unclear thinking, the muddled thinking. It's like is not a recipe. It's kind of like that's a recipe for disaster, right? And it's this chain of events that can affect your life if you give in to this shadow aspect, this chaos energy. And of course, I'm not judging your actions or your choice. This is merely a reading to share what energies are going to be present so that you can navigate them in the way that you feel most comfortable with, and in a way in which hopefully you will have the least amount of regrets coming out of it. Okay, so there's this potential for chaos energy coming through and being tempted to act on it and perpetuate it. For some people, what I'm really sensing strongly, and again, I'm not judging anybody, but it's kind of like you're in a romantic relationship and your needs aren't being met in this relationship, whatever those needs are, whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, whether it's intellectual. And there's this temptation to kind of cheat. Okay, there's this temptation to go elsewhere to have those needs met rather than talk it out and discuss it with the other person. Okay, and what's interesting is that with this worry that someone is against you, it's almost like in this relationship, you almost don't trust the other person enough for you to be honest with them and for you to communicate with them. It's like you don't want to share what you're really truly thinking and feeling because you don't trust how they're going to react to it, how they're going to respond. Like maybe some of you think like, oh, if I bring this up, they're just going to shut me down again and they're just going to block me out and we're never going to get anywhere. Or if I bring this up, they're going to get angry and they're going to blame it on me. They're going to try to turn the tables and make it be like my fault. Do you know what I'm saying? Or if I bring this up, they're going to cry and they're going to be upset and they're going to be sad and it's just going to be so much drama, right? Like those kinds of thoughts are coming into play here. And so there's this temptation to like, okay, well, let me just not talk about it. Let me just not bring it up. Let me just go somewhere else and fulfill this craving and this need that I have. Okay, for whatever it is that you are in need of. So that's very, very interesting. But just know that whatever choice you make is going to affect your life in a very big way here. You know, what I'm seeing when I see this chain is I'm also seeing this green and this blue, which is making me think of like a picture of the globe, of the earth. And so it's really going to, whatever action you choose to take is going to have a major impact on your world, on your personal microcosm, you know, here in the greater universe. It's going to affect your life, basically, in a big, big way. So now that you know this, when this energy shows up, you might be able to channel in a little bit more clear thinking, okay? You might be able to find the strength and passion and emotion to communicate. Because here it says passionate love or hate. So which one are you going to choose? Which route are you going to go? How are you going to use these strong emotions and bend them and work them so that you get the outcome that you desire with the least amount of damage and harm to yourself and the other person? Oh my gosh, interesting, okay? So I'm feeling that this energy is definitely coming from that Scorpio, okay? Because Scorpio is all about deep relationships, not only death, rebirth, transformation, the occult, but it's these deep, deep, deep relationships like marriage, business partnerships, family ships between, you know, parent and child, between siblings. It's these deeper relationships that are highlighted. And now we're looking at sort of the beginning, middle, end energies of the month, and we'll use the tarot to clarify them. So in the beginning of the month, we are looking at some anxiety. All right. Again, those strong emotions, muddled thinking, and anxiety happens when there is no clarity. Okay, so that's that muddled, unclear thinking energy with the Forest card here. So something has been really worrying you on how to proceed, how to move forward. I'm getting the sense that it's the phrase that's coming to mind is like you're stuck between a wall and a hard place. You're feeling like there's not a lot of room to maneuver. Okay, it's almost like, well, if I do this, I'm going to get in trouble or I'm going to be screwed. But if I do that, I could also get in trouble and be screwed. So it's like, where am I? What do I get to do? Nothing. And then there's this feeling of like, I don't have control over anything in my life. And it's just chaos. But remember, you do. You do, you do, you do. So next in the middle, we have Healer of the Ages. Oh, yes. So I feel this almost reconnection with spirit. For some of you that are religious, it's kind of going back to your religious framework, your religious belief here. And for those of you that are spiritual, it's about really connecting deeper within yourself and trying to understand, like, where is this anxiety coming from? Where are my fears coming from? How am I contributing to their manifestation of my worst fears and my worst worries? Like, how am I helping bring those to life rather than the things that I actually do want to bring into life? Like things that calm me, things that soothe me, things that make me happy, things that get me excited, right? Rather than nervous. And for others of you, I'm also feeling that someone's going to come in and work with you. It could be a therapist, could be a counselor, could be the rabbi, the priest, the preacher. It could be a coach, a mentor, teacher, medical provider. Somebody is coming in, maybe even a fitness coach or athletic trainer or something if this is dealing with health and wellness, right? Like maybe you are tempted to take certain medications or risky diets and supplements to achieve your goals, okay? And you're tempted to do that, and a health advisor or someone is coming in to give you the best healthiest advice on what you should do to meet your healthcare goals or your health and well-being goals. Okay, so that energy is coming through in the middle of the month, which is perfect. Follow up to that. And carrying connections. Oh, this is beautiful here, beautiful here. And so what I'm seeing is that there's really a chance here to nurture current relationships and new relationships. All right, at the end of the month, connections coming in that move beyond maybe hateful, tempting, depressed, anxious energy and bring in better energies. Again, because the highlight here is a caring connection. So one based out of love and support and compassion coming through. I love that. So not only will you have this mentor and leader, but you have like a friend coming through, or your lover, or a new lover, whatever the case may be for you, all right? Coming through and establishing that solid connection based on valuing, honoring, and respecting each other. So let's hone in a little bit deeper with the energies of the beginning, middle, and end. So the tarot will help clarify these for us. Alrighty? Wow, these energies are like really serious, transformative energies coming through with this June forecast. So we have here Knight of Coins, Two of Coins, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, so we have two knights here. And so what I'm really feeling is this butting of heads a little bit, okay? I wouldn't say it's the worst kind of conflict, okay? Because coins is earth energy, cups is water energy, and those are more harmonious than, say, fire with water, okay? So these energies can work with each other. But because it's the knight energy, the Knights is about fighting for what you believe in, taking action on what you believe in, okay? Doing things. Sometimes Knight's energy can be a bit rash, okay? Although thankfully the Knight of Coins is here, which is the least rash out of all of the Knights, the least impulsive. So there's some energy here that can be grounded, okay? Some energy for grounding that turbulent emotions. All right, so you see both of these steeds. We have a horse here and we have a bull. Neither of them are moving. Okay, so this is a moment to really pause here and connect the anxiety to the physical world. Okay, where is the anxiety? Where is the worry? Where's the sadness coming from? Okay, where is it coming from? How can we work with those energies? How can we create balance again? All right, because there's been some kind of imbalance happening here, and in a way, a little bit of a misunderstanding. Okay, and not like a breakdown in communication is what I'm getting as well. And so how do we come back into harmony? That's sort of what we have coming through. I feel like there's something else here too with the Knight of Coins and the Knight of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. So for some of you, this is that temptation. Okay, this is the temptation that's coming through. You have two choices, two options here. What are you going to do? So the Knight of Coins energy, it could be the sun sign, which is in Earth, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Cups is water energy, so that's Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So it could be that the person you're in a relationship is either an Earth or a water sign, and this temptation that's coming through is going to be the opposite one. So if your current partner is an Earth sign, the other energy is a water sign. Okay, if your current partner is a water sign, then this tempting energy is an earth sign. And now I can see how that is coming into play. So what I'm feeling is that again, you're not being nourished or fulfilled in some aspect of your personal being, and you're looking elsewhere to fill that void. And it's like you're looking at this person as like the key to what's been missing in your current relationship. Okay? Again, whether that's your partner, you're dating someone, it's a friendship, it's a family relationship, okay? It's like, oh my gosh, for some of you, I'm even feeling like parental energy. Like maybe your parents are divorced and the energy between your dad, for example, has been really strained lately, and you're tempted to just go to your mom to kind of help you work things out or figure things out, or spend more time with them, or vice versa. Okay? Yeah. So there's definitely, it's like, I'm not getting this, what I need from this person, and so I'm going to try to find it in another person, whatever that looks like for you. Okay? And again, in a relationship, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be cheating on them, but it could even be like, oh, I'm not getting fulfilled intellectually with my partner, so I'm going to go find a friend. I'm going to create a new connection with someone that does stimulate my mind. All right? And then there's almost this worry happening here on this side where it's like, why do you keep spending time with that person? Like, how come you don't spend time with me anymore? Right? And you're like, kind of hesitant to be like, well, because I don't feel intellectually stimulated in our conversations. And so I'm going to go talk to this person, and I love spending time talking to them and sharing ideas with them. So it could even be something like that where you're not even thinking about leaving your current romantic relationship, but there's something that's not being fulfilled there. And so you're seeking it elsewhere in a friendship, like a platonic kind of relationship. And it might even be causing some anxiety and worry on their end. Okay? Oh, interesting. Like there's so many like storylines happening here. I think that's what happens when you do general readings, right? It's like there's all these different possibilities. So make sure, I should have said this earlier, but make sure you just take what resonates with you and leave the rest, because it's what is being called for doesn't necessarily apply to you, but just look at the core message and apply it to your situation, okay? I actually didn't mean to shuffle the cards again. Oh well. So in the middle of the month, we have 8 of Coins, 6 of Cups, and 10 of Cups. Oh, beautiful. So out of some of the pain that you're experiencing, you're going to get some relief, okay? So not completely gone yet, but noticing improvements here. And with 10 of Cups, there's that emotional fulfillment here. There's that like feeling like everything is working out great, everything is aligned. And this energy is speaking to someone from your past. There's a possibility of someone from your past coming in. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. Thank you for that pause. My mouth was getting a bit dry with all this talking. So someone from your past is going to come through and kind of help bridge this energy, okay? It could even be this realization that, hey, maybe the source of my strong emotion, my depression, anxiety, worry is something from my past, like my childhood, like a childhood womb, a childhood wound. Let me enunciate that. A childhood wound, a childhood trauma that's coming through. And once you realize that and are able to learn from it, learn that it has doesn't have to have any effect anymore on your present situation. Like this is a new situation, it's a new time for you. You can heal and release it and unlock more happiness, move towards a happier path, okay? So, like, let me give you an example here. And say, again, we were talking about parents that were separated or divorced, okay? So, like a split household. Maybe part of your difficulty with your current partner or your current spouse is that you came up in a divorced household, separated home, and in your childhood that created these beliefs and energies surrounding a relationship where it's like, okay, well, relationships don't last forever. When you don't get what you want in a relationship, then you go cheat, you go seek it elsewhere, and you end up hurting someone else. And that's kind of the energy that you were working with, this what you came to learn as a child, where it's like, okay, well, being married means that there's going to be heartbreak, there's going to be heartache, and eventually you're not going to be able to deal with it or compromise, and you're going to have to split up. So that could be the programming that you were given when you were growing up. And it's showing up in your current relationship where you're thinking like, hey, we have this difficulty, we have this problem, so maybe we should do like what my parents did. We just divorced, we just split. All right? And for some of you, that is definitely going to be the way to go. And for others of you, it's not. For others of you, it's going to be, hey, I understand that was a belief system that I held from my youth, but I really love you. I really care for you. I really believe in our relationship and I want to make it work. And you do. Maybe you get counseling from this mentor, this therapist, whatever, so that you can voice where you're coming from. And what can happen here is actually healing in your relationship and a greater awareness of what has been going on between you two. Like maybe this person isn't, I find it hard to believe that people are constantly and intentionally going around hurting other people. You know what I'm saying? It's not like when someone gets angry with you and maybe yells at you, that all the time it's like, hey, I'm gonna consciously hurt your feelings. I'm consciously losing my temper. I am consciously getting angry at you. Okay? I can't think of many cases where that's actually the fact. Where it's like, yeah, I'm choosing consciously to be angry versus I'm subconsciously getting angry, meaning I'm being triggered. I'm being reactive. Okay? And most times when people get angry, it's because something triggered them. And it's a very instinctual response, not a conscious effort, okay? Instinct is in the realm of subconscious mind. So anyways, all that to say, this healer of the ages is there's this opportunity here for you to grow and move beyond these limitations from your past, these this programming and belief that limits you. Yeah, that sounds better, I think. So anyways, beautiful resource here, beautiful aid and guide for you to connect with in this situation. Now let's look at the end here because I have to say out of all the readings so far, this ending looks the most uplifting. So congratulations for those of you drawn to the Foxglove. We have here the Nine of Coins. Yes, stability, security, abundance, wealth. Oh, I love this. This matches up so well. Strength. Oh, beautiful. And Two of Cups. Oh, look at this. This is like a connection, a caring connection, right? This could even represent like a fresh start for those of you that were experiencing some turbulence in your present relationships or connections. All right, and look at like the embrace here between Enkidu and Gilgamesh, and this kind of embrace between this man and this woman here. Oh my God, I just love this ending to the month of June for all of you with the Foxglove. The best ending for sure out of the three choices, I would say. The most easiest to work with. Not that the other endings didn't have their purpose and their place in the journeys of the individuals drawn to the other cards, but this one is just like a beautiful note. So strengthening your bonds, strengthening your relationships and your connections here. We also have strengthening your sense of self and sense of security and identity, really, because what I'm seeing here is this cleansing of these old identities that you assumed because of your upbringing. Okay, and your circumstances in childhood. And now you're breaking free of that and you're stepping into your own power, your own identity. You're clearing all of this up, okay, that isn't yours. Ah, brilliant, beautiful. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. So let's get some messages from higher self and spirit to kind of wrap this up, get that advice for you. Okay, my dears, my loves. Let's see what we got here for the month of June. Advice and guidance from the divine. So we have trust your intuition. You are receiving the right messages. Ask the divine to clear your ego. Have confidence. trust your gut feelings. Affirmations will help you connect with the divine. So as you let things go, new affirmations, new programming for your journey forward, okay? Clearing out the ego. And in the ego is where the wounded version of us lives a lot of the time, okay? The ego is very protective here, and sometimes it creates monsters where there are none. Okay, so that's beautiful that the ego is clearing it out here. So trust your intuition, trust your gut, follow that God feeling within you, that good feeling within you, that pleasant gut feeling, okay? Not the weird anxious one. Don't follow that one. That makes you feel nauseous. Don't follow that energy. Follow the gut instinct that says, hey, this is going to work out well. Follow that pathway. And grounding. Oh, we were just talking about that with the Knight of Coins. Connect with your inner core through grounding. Divine Mother will help you feel grounded, be solid and strong. Oh, strength card there. Otherwise, this card is telling you that you are too grounded and be flexible. So I would say for the majority of you, it's the first part here, is that grounding yourself, connect with earth energy, connect with the truth here, not the story that you're making about the truth, you're creating about the truth. And especially with the anxiety here. So that's why people say take deep breaths. That's why people say plant your feet firmly on the ground, or sit on the ground, or lie on the ground. Connect with the ground and earth itself to be grounded, okay? And to feel solid and strong. Oh my gosh, I love this. Beautiful, beautiful advice and forecasted information here for you for the month of June. Let me know in the comments down below what resonated with you, what you're taking with you moving forward for your highest and greatest good. And of course, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. I would truly appreciate that. And now, for those of you that are in need and are ready to really make powerful steps forward and powerful progress on your self-improvement journey, self-discovery journey, spiritual path here, I invite you to book a discovery call with me. The link to do so is down in the description box below. I have opened up my schedule now to really start working with clients again, one-to-one, helping you achieve your goals, manifest your dreams and desires, okay? So connect with me and let's see how we could work together to achieve your dreams and goals. So click on that link in the description box down below and I'll connect with you there. But otherwise, I'll see you on the next reading, my loves. Sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Have a beautiful June. Bye.